Hey everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome to my Flosstube. I'm Tan, the monogamous cross stitcher, and I have a little bit to show you today. So last time I saw you, I was going to the Floss Friends retreat in Retford, and we had a fantastic time. I love a retreat. I love a stitchy day. I love a stitchy meetup. Any sort of stitchy inspired thing, get me there. I'm there. Invite me, I'll be there. You know, love it. And basically, yeah, me and Rosie shared a room for the first time. Always a bit worrying at first sharing a room with someone because you're not quite sure if you're going to annoy them, if they're going to annoy you. But it was lovely. We had a lovely time together. We didn't annoy each other as far as I'm aware. And yeah, it was great. Really enjoyed it. Then we got to the stitchy room on Saturday. Met my friend Jess there, who is part of the Birmingham Stitchers. And we went on a table. Apparently we were the naughty table. I don't think we were naughty at all. I think we were just having fun, which is what you do at a retreat. You have fun. So it was me, it was Sherry from Just So Sherry, there was Emma from Emma X Stitches, Joe Belushi Stitches, Jess, Rosie X Stitches, Stacey, Sarah, and Lauren from Stitch Bunny. So she was the vendor on the Saturday, so we didn't see much of Lauren, unfortunately, but on the Sunday we soon made up for it. We had a great time, we had loads of fun. It was just fantastic, and I can't wait to see them all again at some point. So this is a picture of all of us that I will put at the end of the video, which it was nice to get pictures with the girls. But yeah, we had a fantastic time, really good. And we are currently actually doing a sell. Anyone's can join us if you want to. We are doing it while we watch I'm a Celebrity. Don't know if any of you've watched that. So the sell is anything that is animal inspired. It can be anything. I'm currently working on Halloween Quaker, but it does have birds and cats. Not so much big cat, little cat, but you know, it's an animal. Basically any animal you can find in the jungle. So if you want to join us, the sell is I'm a Celebrity. I'll link it just here. This is what we're doing. If you want to join us on Instagram, tag us. We'll love to see. If not, then don't. That's fine. But yeah, we had a fantastic time and can't wait to see them all again. So that's brilliant. Also got some haul from there, so I will be showing that at the end. I don't have any new start because I'm very good, but I am planning a new start which I will tell you about. I've also got my current whips, which I will show you, and I have a finish. I actually finished this a couple of days ago, the 23rd. Today is the, I can't even tell you, I think it's the 24th, 25th, 24th. So I finished it yesterday. So I will show you that first. So this is Enchanted Quaker. I did this on 28 count from coffee on linen from Coffee Craft Fabrics. It doesn't have a name, but it is a purple and blue mottled fabric. And I brought this fabric at the Bristol retreat, absolutely loved it, so I used that. Now, I have to mention my lovely friend Sarah, who I met at the Retford retreat, because I ran out of silks, the dinky dyes, and I only had a tiny little bit to finish. So I placed a 123 order in hopes that it would be here in a week. Of course, it's not going to be here in a week. Duh. So I thought, oh, I'll have to just leave it aside and just go back to my Halloween Quaker and come back to it. But luckily enough, Sarah says she's actually got some of that colour left over from a wedding sampler she did. So she sent it over to me, and it was literally just enough. This is all that was left. That was all that was left from what she sent me. So literally just enough. So again, Sarah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So this is my enchanted Quaker. Now I'm going to try. There we go. So this is Enchanted Quaker by Luminous Fibre Arts, and I absolutely love it. The fabric is just perfect. I didn't want the usual green, purple and orange fabric. I wanted to just have something a little different. So that is my finish, and I'm completely over the moon with it. So yeah, that's 4 finishes in the last 3 months. So I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well with finishes. I'm quite proud. Do you think I'll get more finishes by the end of the year? I'm going to try. Right, so the next, moving on to whip. So that's all the finishes I have. I'm not sure what I want to do with that Enchanted Quaker yet. I don't know whether I want to frame it or make it into anything, but my plan is, because I love Halloween, so I really want to go all out for Halloween when I'm in my house. So what I want to do is I want to have like a shelf. I've got the perfect place in mind already, where I want to have like Halloween pillows and things. I'm not sure who it was who had a Halloween display like that. I don't know if it was someone on Flosstube or someone on YouTube. Same thing. Or Instagram. But I loved it, and I was like, yes. I can find lots of Halloween patterns, small ones, big ones, and just shove them all on this display, and it'll look amazing. So that's my plan. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. I'll probably frame it, but I don't know yet. No idea. But anyway, on to whips. So this is my current active whip, which is Halloween Quaker. This was it when I last stitched on it, and this is it now. So I've moved the Q snap, I've stitched this massive motif. This took ages, literally all day. I'm quite fortunate at the moment because I've been off work. I don't have any children, so in between doing housework and looking after my cat Oscar, who unfortunately has been an older cat, he has a lot more specific needs now, so with looking after him, I've managed to do that motif there. I've started this here, and I've started this there. So that's as far as I've got. Actually, I don't think I filled in the orange when I last showed you, but I was waiting for the orange to come from Lakeside, I want to say. So I filled in the orange and I did the pumpkin. I'm not sure if I showed you that last time, but if not, there you go. So that's as far as I've got, and I've done this in a mix of CXC, Dinky Dyes and paint box threads. Now, unfortunately, I didn't order any replacement 3371 paint box thread. Well, that's what it looks like, but that's not the actual colour number. And I was stitching the cat and then I ran out. So I had to do it in CXC. So at the moment I'm debating whether I should just rip that entire cat out and finish it on CXC, or just go over the top of it in one strand of CXC, or I don't know. What do you think I should do? Because I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more paint box silks, because I'm heading to work on Sunday night. But I'll tell you all about that later. So yeah, let me know what you think I should do. At the moment I'm thinking I should just go over it in CXC, because I really don't want to rip it all out to redo it in 2 strands. So yeah, that's my current active whip, which I'm still very much enjoying. Sometimes the motifs are a little bit repetitive, but now I've got used to doing 2 over 2, it's not as bad when I first started, so I'm getting quite the hang of it. My second active whip, which is actually a cell, and I have been stitching on this quite a lot the last day or so, because I do want to get caught up, is my temperature cell. So it turns out that it wasn't actually that hot this year. It felt hot, but obviously it wasn't where I live. So there's 2 colours that I'm not going to use at all in this chart, and that was a red and a dark pink, which isn't a bad thing because I'm not really keen on red and pinks, but she says with pink hair and a red top, but there you go. So the darkest this colour's going to go is 550, which is the dark purple, but I'm happy with how it's looking, so that's the main thing. So this is how it looked before. I don't know why I was struggling to keep up with it at first. I think it's because I just wanted to get Enchanted Quaker done, and I find that when, well, I can only really work out, I may have whips, as people keep pointing out to me, but when I'm working on one, I want to work on it until it's finished, and then I'll go to that new whip. So I may have new starts or whips, but I can only work on one at a time till it's done. And the only other time I move to something different is if I've run out of thread or something along those lines. So yeah. So, and this is how it looks now. So as you can see, I have started adding in some orange, some yellow, some green, and some purple, well, lilac. And I am absolutely loving it. So I didn't sleep very well last night, and I was awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I listened to my book and I stitched on this. And I could have sworn, because this row of light green here, I unpicked this bit here about 3 or 4 times before it actually was right, because it's separated in a way. Each section, you can see that you have to make sure you've counted and spaced it enough. So that absolutely drove me crazy. But what am I up to now? What day am I up to? Let's have a quick look. I'm just about to start the 22nd of July. So I'm going to continue stitching on this, and hopefully I'll be caught up, because each section of the days doesn't take very long, so it won't take me long to get done. So yeah, that's as far as I've got, and I am loving it. And I've stitched this on 28 count fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics. No name, but it is a grey mottled fabric. So yes, loving that. Stitching 2 over 2 with CXC, my own chosen colours. So yes, that's that. So I will continue stitching on that and get up to date, because I don't know if you're new here and you haven't seen my previous video, my one that I decided to scrap, my UFO, as people say. Okay, it's not in here, but I thought it was in here, but it's obviously not. So the one I decided to get rid of was this one, because there was just too much backstitch. I wasn't enjoying it, and yeah, basically. So I just got rid of that one and switched to that one instead. And that one is by Apricot Polkadot on Etsy. I will link everything in the description box as always for you to check it out. Right, new start. I don't plan to start this just yet. I want to try and finish my Halloween Quaker first, but I might get it, because I'm heading to work for 2 weeks. I might get quite a bit done on the Halloween Quaker and catch up with my temp sale, and then I'll have nothing else to stitch. So I plan to take it with me and have it there just in case. So I showed you the fabric that I purchased at a D-stash table when I was at the Quarry Bank Stitchy Day, and that was this. It's a 28 count linen. I don't think it's going to show very well, because me, like an idiot, planned to film this earlier in the day and the day got away with me. Oh, that looks a bit better. So it's a pale blue, sort of mottled with a slightly darker blue. It's really hard to pick up, but that's the fabric I've decided on. It is really, really pretty in real life. And I've decided this is the one I'm going to do, by the way. It's Modern Folk Embroidery. It's the 2024 sale, and I've forgotten the name of it. Something to do with time. I'll post it here. But that's the one I'm going to be doing. And my lovely friend Rosie brought that for me for my birthday. Ever so kind. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. So, on the case of the new start, I am got the there was a few colourways that you could do, but me being the rebel that I am, decided that I didn't like those colourways and I wanted to choose something completely different. So I have chosen 3799 for the main colour, and then for the other colour, now my favourite colours are blue, green and purple, and I was looking everywhere for a variegated thread that was those colours, and I wasn't having much luck. And then I found someone in America and I was like, oh, I really like that. But it would have cost me quite a bit to order the amount I need and then have it shipped over. So I approached Sophie. And actually, I didn't realise she did threads. And I was browsing her website and I saw that she did threads. So I was like, oh, Sophie, you do threads? And she says, yes, I do. I was like, right. I really like your Beetlejuice thread, but is there a chance you can keep the green and the blue, get rid of the black and swap it for purple. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was purple and green. I says, get rid of the black and put blue in. Keep it as bright as what it already is in those. And she says, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, fabulous. So, the lovely Sophie from the Stitchy Ferret had done these for me. And isn't that just gorgeous? And she's called this Borealis. Now, I think she should have called it Tan, in all honesty, but there you go. So, yes, so I've got that. So, when you put all three together, it's going to look amazing. It's going to look amazing. Look. So, I'm very excited to start that. So, that is what I'm going to be starting. That's my next new start. That will take place... It'll happen before Christmas, no doubt. I'm not really a Christmas stitcher. I love seeing people's Christmassy things, but I'm not really into Christmas. I did do a diamond painting of Santa Claus holding a plate of biscuits. This is it here. But I mainly did that because it's going to be sparkly with the tree lights and things. But I don't really tend to cross stitch Christmassy stuff. I think the furthest I'll go to Christmassy stuff will probably be some sort of winter Quakers, because I figured that I'm really quite a fan of Quakers now. So I think it's almost my stitching will, it's broadened my horizons to Quakers. So not only do I like Halloween stitching, animal stitching, full coverages, bring in the Quakers. So that will be my new start once I finish Halloween Quaker. Right, so I said I was at a retreat a couple of weeks ago, it was now, at Retford. And I got some lovely things off the D-stash table. And I also brought a couple of things off the D-stash table. And I brought something from Lauren, Stitch Bunny. I'm just thinking, I want to tell you about my new pattern as well, which I have got, but I won't be starting that until next year. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. So a couple of the free things I got off the Stitchy table from the lovely, I think it was Sarah. Not the Sarah that was on my table. Is it Cross Stitch Sarah on Instagram? I think so. She's Bethany's soon-to-be mother-in-law. So I'm not sure if she put these up. I think she did the fabric, but I'm not sure about the pattern. So I got this pattern. Now, I'm not very keen on samplers, mainly because I don't like stitching letters. So if there's letters in it, I don't do it. So I saw this and I was like, I love the tree, I love the bats, and I love the pumpkin. And I was actually talking to Sarah about it. I says, oh, I love that. I says, but I don't like the letters. And she says, well, you could do the bats and the pumpkin, shorten the tree and just have it so the tree is just above the bats. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's fantastic. So that's what I'm going to do. So that was Bats in the Belfry by the Drawn Thread. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And there is also a little one as well on the back, which is really quite cute, which is just the bottom pumpkin bit. So I'll probably do that as well. And then I'll go on my Halloween display. So that's fun, like that, like that. The second free thing I got is I might have to take this out because I don't think you're going to be able to see it properly. So excuse the noises. I do have a new setup with a ring light in case it gets dark, which seems to be quite nice lighting actually. And I did have a microphone with it, but the microphone's not working, so typical. But hopefully the volume on the iPhone is okay. So this was the fabric I got. Oh, actually it's coming up okay. So it's like a marbly fabric, and this is 25 count, and this is all that was left on the fabric, but I'll be able to find something to stitch on that. I've got a few little bits, but I'll find something regardless, or I'll find a future pattern to stitch on it. So that's that. I also got that free, and I think that was from Sarah as well. So yes, I'll be stitching something on that at some point. I've got quite an array of different fabrics now actually, which is always good. It's always good to have lots of fabrics because I'm quite a collector of patterns. Now I got this one, paid for this one from Paula. This is we guessed it was a 28 count linen, and it's like a sagey green. That is coming up quite true to life actually. I'm not going to bother getting out the packet and rattling, but yes, that's that. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it yet, but I liked it. I seem to be quite a fabric hoarder now. Not a bad thing. And I also, because you can never have enough even weave when you're a full coverage stitcher, I brought a chunk of even weave from Not Enough Whip Bags Sarah. There's quite a lot of Sarahs at the retreat actually. Now this is, it's thin but it's long, so I'll tell you about that pattern now because that's the fabric I'm going to use. So I was looking on Etsy the one night and I saw this chart and I loved this chart. It's not something I would normally stitch, but I love the colours, and I saw it and I was like, oh, I need to get that. And it was only £8, and I thought, oh, that's a bargain. So I added it to my basket, and when I came to check out, it was saying that it was going to cost £15 delivery, and I thought, for a PDF? That's not right, surely. Turns out it was a country garden. Is that right? I'll pop it here because I can't remember. Country garden samplers or something. I can't remember. So it was by them, and I decided that I wanted that. So Mum says, oh, I'll get you that for Christmas. And I was like, right, okay. So she sent me the money over, saw that it was extra £15 delivery, and then realised I couldn't get it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to find another chart for that money. And I came across these cute Quakers. Now, I've seen a lot of the monthly type charts, and I do really like them because I think it would be nice to display the month each month. Go figure. And I saw it and I loved it, and I was like, oh, I really like that. And so I decided to get it. So these Quakers, I haven't written it down because I wasn't going to talk about it, obviously. But this is the Quaker, and it's obviously January to December. I've only got January so far, but I'm going to ask for the others for Christmas. So that's what I've got, and I've decided that I'm going to use this fabric for those. But for January and December, I'm going to do them on sparkly fabric because, you know, it's wintry and Christmassy and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I've asked for some sparkly fabric for Christmas, and then in January, my new start will be January. So I'm looking forward to doing those. There is a DMC conversion, or you can do them with Classic Colourworks. I've decided that I'm going to do them with a Classic Colourworks. So that's another Christmas present. So lots of stitchy fun to be had. So got that. And then from Stitch Bunny, I brought this fabric. Is it showing? Yes, it's showing up nicely. Look at that, lovely. And this is 28 count even weave, because I do like my even weave and my linen now apparently. Not sure what I'm going to stitch on that yet, but it's nice to have the fabric. So that's what I got. So I think that was mainly my haul, yeah, from the retreat. I wanted to mention some Flosstubers that I've been watching over the last couple of weeks that I've quite enjoyed, that are new to me. Thank you everyone who has mentioned me in their Flosstubes. I really appreciate it. So the Flosstubers I have been watching are Wolfie Stitches. I really enjoyed her first Flosstube. She's so cute, bless her heart, she's so cute. Yes, I really enjoyed hers. If you haven't seen her, be sure to check her out. The second one is Stitching Kate. Really enjoyed hers. Some great whips and finishes. The Diddy Stitcher, I've been watching her as well, new to me. Cxcbytan, really enjoyed her videos this last week as well. Obviously, because these ladies have been around for a while, then they've got a bit of a backlog, so I'm making my way. And the last one is What's Morgan Stitching. She did have another name before. She is recently rebranded. I think it was to do with bees in her previous name, I'm not quite sure, but I've really quite enjoyed her videos as well. So if you haven't seen those, be sure to check them out. I will leave a link in the description box. I think that's everything. So my future plans are going to be to finish my Quaker, get up to date on my temperature cell, which I'm going to be focusing on for the next, well, probably over the weekend, and then yeah, take that one with me and possibly sell that one. So that's that. I think that's everything cross stitch related. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a no. Yes. So I've got a very busy weekend ahead. I'm going to a book party with my bookstagram friend tomorrow, which I'm very excited for. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't really go out at night anymore. I'll go out for the odd meals with Rich and family, but this is going to be in Birmingham from 7 till late. So I'm a little bit anxious about that. I don't really get anxious, but I think it's the fact that it's going to be quite dark and it's quite a walk away from the train station, but we'll probably most likely get a taxi back anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that really. So we're going to spend the day in Birmingham, and we're actually going to the Craft and Flea fair, which I only literally found out about. I'm not sure if they sell like cross stitchy stuff there, but I do know that they sell homemade things. So it was only £2.50 entry, so I thought rather than being out in the cold, we'll be under roof in case the weather's bad, so we can have a walk around there. Then we're going to go for some nice food and then go to the book party. I do have 4 books that I want to be signed. I thought that was quite a lot to take actually, but looking at the Instagram page, they're sharing people's stories, and there's people taking bagfuls of books to be signed, and it's like, wow. So yeah, I'm only taking 4 books, but I will talk more about that in my next Flosstube at the end of cross stitch if you're interested in hearing about it. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on Sunday, me, Kate and Amy have organised a stitchy afternoon in Bourneville. and so I'm gearing up and getting ready for that. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to be seeing a lot of people there, so can't wait for that. That's exciting. So that's Sunday afternoon, and then I'm going to work. So I've always wanted to work in Scotland. As you all know, I've been off work since the 3rd of October by choice. I worked a lot at the beginning of the year and felt I needed just a little bit of time off. I ended up being off a little bit longer than planned, as I was only going to be off for a month, and I've ended up being off, I think it's been about 7 weeks. 7-8 weeks, not a bad thing, not a bad thing. But I'm ready to get into a little bit of a routine for a couple of weeks and then come home and celebrate Christmas and New Year. So I'm heading to Inverness, and me not knowing a lot about geography and Scotland, found out that Inverness is where Loch Ness is. So I'm pretty excited. I've decided that after I've been to work for the 2 weeks, I'm going to stay over and I'm going to do a little bit of sightseeing. So I'm looking forward to actually looking around the Highlands and getting to see Loch Ness and things. Probably won't do a massive amount of walking. My ankle is a lot better. I haven't taken cocodamol for an entire week, which is pretty good. I do have it on me just in case the pain does come, but it seems to be that the balancing exercises that the physio recommended, rather than me having an injection, is working wonders. So, excuse me, so that's perfect. So I'm looking forward to exploring Scotland. So unfortunately, my plan was to be there for 12:30, which is normally the time of handover. I'm just gonna have a quick drink, excuse me a minute. So my plan was to be there for 12:30, which is the usual time I go. But I was in touch with a carer and she told me that it's a 24-hour handover. Normally when it's a 24-hour handover, it's because it's quite a complex care plan. But when I applied for the job, it didn't say anything about it being a 24-hour handover. It didn't say anything about the client being complex. It stated that she was very independent and it was mainly company. So I got in touch with the carer and she said she'd speak to the daughter, and I says I could get there for 9 o'clock Monday morning. So the daughter was happy with that. So it looks like I am going on a sleeper train. Now, I've always wanted to go on a sleeper train. I'm stupidly excited about this sleeper train, and I don't know why. I'm stupidly excited. So it's going to be a little bit of a mad rush, because when I leave for Stitchy Day on Sunday afternoon, I'm going to have to come home, quickly have something to eat, grab my suitcase, get straight out the door for 9 o'clock at night, and then my train is at 9:30. Then it travels through the night and gets me there for 8:45, 8:45 on Monday morning. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I've got a bed, which is a little bit crappy, but I saw on the website that they do tend to put them up a year in advance. So obviously I only booked my train 3 weeks ago, so I missed out on a bed. But apparently the seats do recline, but I haven't been sleeping very well the last couple of nights. I think it's due to all the excitement and things that are coming up and that's going on. So I'm hoping on Sunday night I'm going to be so tired I'm just going to pass out on the train. People are like, oh my god, what if you miss your stop? No, I won't miss my stop, because we're not stopping anywhere during the night, and the final stop is Inverness. So as long as I set my alarm for 8 o'clock, then I've got time to get up, get sorted, and then grab a coffee, bit of breakfast or something, and then I'm set to go. But I'm hoping I do get a little bit of sleep, because obviously I'll have to get straight to work as soon as I get there. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. To see Scotland, met the client, she seems really lovely as well, so that's good news. And obviously I'm going on a sleeper train, which is I'm stupidly excited about, but there you go, what can you say? So yeah, I think that's basically everything that's been going on, that is going on. And that's all of my whips, my finishes and my haul. I have a little bit to talk about on books, films and TVs if you're interested. So if you are, then stick with me, but if not, thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. I love having you here. I really do enjoy filming these Flosstubes, actually. Gives me a reason to talk out loud to myself, because, you know, you're there and you're answering mean comments. Yeah, I'm sticking to that. So yeah, I'm really quite enjoying doing these Flosstubes. I think every 2 weeks is a pretty good amount of time, unless I throw in a stitch with me, which I will do again at some point, I promise. I keep promising and I haven't delivered yet. I will. If you are a first time viewer, thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe, I do appreciate it, and you will get notifications of when I next upload. If you're coming back, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I appreciate you all. And I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I have actually refreshed my hair, and the green is back. I don't know if you can see in this light, but the purple and the green is back, and I feeling more happy and like myself now. All my colours back. So yeah, anyway, right, that's enough babbling. I will pop on to the books, TV and film. So if you're stopping now, thank you for coming, and see you in the next one. Okay, bye. So everyone, books, TV and films. I haven't actually read a lot this month, which is really poor, but well, I've started a series that I've really quite been enjoying, and that's took priority over everything else. So yeah, that's basically that. So we'll start with TV. So the TV show I've been watching is The Mentalist. I've literally got to the end of season 4 and I'm absolutely loving it. It's brilliant. He's so clever, the way he reads their body language, and he can sort of suss them out. It's a crime show, and he's a consultant with the Crime Bureau Investigation, CBI, in Sacramento, California. And I love it. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. So I think there's about 7 or 8 seasons, so I'm on near the end of season 4, so I've watched quite a lot of it. That's the only thing I've really been watching. The other programs that I've mentioned previously, I'm waiting for the episodes to back up a little bit, because I do like a good binge watch. Yeah, I don't like to watch one episode and wait. I like to watch a fair few in a go. So yeah, so that's The Mentalist. If ever you fancy looking into that, it is quite an old one, but an oldie but a goodie. Films I've watched it's only been Saw 4 actually. I'm not really going to go into it, because if you've seen Saw, you know it's gory horror film. I saw it years ago. We're just basically rewatching the films because it's something to do, you know. So we will be watching Saw 5 tonight on our weekly FaceTime. So looking forward to that later. think that's all the films. Yeah, that's all the films. Books, I have read no books. It's absolutely terrible. I am currently reading my book club book, which is this one, which is Body Language by A.K. Turner. I'm nearly halfway through. I have to finish this before the 1st of December, so we can have a discussion and a chat about it. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's about this girl called Cassie, who is a mortician assistant, and she basically does the autopsies. And it's quite dark. It's quite a dark book because it's obviously based a lot on death, because it's all based around the morgue and stuff. But it's not so dark that it's dark in the sense that I can't think of what I'm trying to say. It's dark because it's about death and things, but it's not disturbing. That's what I'm after. It's not disturbing, so it's readable. I really like her. She's a fantastic character. She's a goth, loads of piercings, tattoos, undercut, great, love it. But there's like a backstory as well, so I'm really quite enjoying that. A couple of my book club friends have finished it and they're not very keen, but I'm loving it. I'm really liking it. So that might possibly be the only book that I read this month, unless I can get another one in before December. We shall see. But I might read a bit more by the time I do my next Flosstube, so we shall see. But basically, yeah, that's all the books I've been reading. I think that's everything really. If you have any book recommendations, drop them below. I'm very much into my crime, my thrillers, my horror. Not really bothered about romance or any spiciness, so no thank you. So definitely recommend any books. Paranormal, love paranormal books, so anything you think I might like, drop it below. I love seeing recommendations. I love chatting with you all. And I think that's basically everything. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go. It's obviously, while I've been filming this, got darker and darker. Thank God for the ring light. I'm really quite impressed with this bit of kit. It's worked out fantastic. So yeah, that's basically that. Anyway, I'm going to go. You take care, and I will see you. It'll probably be in about 2.5-3 weeks time, just because I'm going to obviously be at work for 2 weeks and staying over for a day or two, so I probably won't film this again until coming up to the 2nd week in December. So I'll probably try and do a stitch with me while I'm away, but I probably won't do a Flosstube. So anyway, everyone, you take care, and if you're new here, please like and subscribe. If you're returning, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.